Hey, thank you for downloading Rerun It Back, a minimally produced, over caffeinated, although not caffeinated tonight, dialogue about old television. I'm Jack,
I'm Scott.
and this week we're continuing our shallow deep dive into national television ads from the 70s, 80s, and, if warranted, the 90s. Uh, Scott, you seem to have some stuff you're ready to share with me. I have no idea what he's going to share with me on this, so we're all going to find out together. Scott, you have the floor.
Jack, thank you, Chairman. Jack, how do you feel about magic? Magic tricks, magicians.
Uh, I haven't really thought about it. It
Okay, well,
seems like it seems like a growth industry.
okay. So we're just going to get way into the Wayback Machine here. I'm going to mention
Okay.
two names to you:
Yeah.
Doug Henning and David Copperfield.
Oh man, the big two.
Yes. So if you are Xers like we are, you will probably remember they had every year television specials on network television by both of these magicians. So Doug Henning kind of looked like Weird Al Yankovic without the glasses. He was Canadian. He was known for the World of Magic TV specials. He had a show on Broadway called Merlin. He later left magic and pursued politics in the UK and Canada, and also got into transcendental meditation and yogic flying. He passed away at the age of 53 due to liver cancer. David Copperfield, American. Also, he made the Statue of Liberty disappear one year on one of his television specials. He made a Learjet disappear. This was prime 80s must-see TV. So they were both because they were very popular. They were both approached as commercial pitchmen, and so I found these by accident. I started. If you were a kid, you may remember Kodak, the film company. Once upon a time, people shot film, and Kodak was a major sponsor for commercials. In the early 80s, Kodak decided to go after Polaroid and come out with their own instant camera, the Kodak Instamatic.
Oh, shots fired.
So, who did they hire to promote the Instamatic? David Copperfield. And so David Copperfield in his suit would go walking around. There's one where he's backstage and he makes a stagehand levitate, and he starts taking pictures with the Kodomatic and describing all the great things it can do. And then at the end wraps up with the punchline. They say Kodomatic. I say Kodak Magic. So not to be outdone, Plymouth of Chrysler Plymouth decides Doug Henning is going to make a great spokesman for their new minivan. Doug Henning is in not a business suit, but he's in a sparkly vest. There are big puffy sleeves on his shirt. He has a cape. And they have a series of commercials where they are introducing a family to the Plymouth Voyager minivan, which, again, radical for its time.
Now, minivans were very edgy.
Yes. And so, at one point, Doug Henning is kind of floating and flying and talking about like the 5-year, 50,000 mile bumper to bumper protection plan and the front wheel drive and all this. But there's a second commercial where Doug Henning is again talking about the Plymouth Voyager in the sparkly thing with the cape. And they decide that they're going to all put the family in the minivan and they're all going to dress up because they're going to be in a school play. And so they all are like in this medieval thing, right? They arrive at the school, and I swear to God, the school is illuminated like the house in Poltergeist. All the windows are glowing in an unearthly way. There is fog and smoke. And I'm like, it was just with Doug Henning and the family with the sparkles and the thing. And now they've got like fucking poltergeist at school. No, I'm not going to do this. Doug Henning also did an ad for TWA, sits next to some guy in first class. And the guy's like, oh, you're a magician. Do a trick for me. And Doug Henning snaps his finger and the guy disappears, and he snaps his finger. The guy comes back and he's like, I'm still waiting. Whap, whap. David
I'm sorry,
Copperfield.
you're going to have to explain that. It just
The punchline was the punchline is the guy sits next to Doug Henning, right? Because we got to work the fact he's a magician into the plot line of these commercials.
Okay.
Oh, so show me a trick. He snaps his fingers. The guy disappears. Snaps it again. He reappears, and the guy doesn't realize he was the magic trick.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Henning.
So,
okay. So
just one last one, and then I will let you on.
Okay,
David Copperfield before Kodak. David Copperfield also advertised for, get ready, Schlitz malt liquor.
Oh, really?
In a fine dining establishment setup, he makes the maitre d' float. I guess this levitation was his thing. And at the end, the Schlitz bull crashes through a plate glass window into the restaurant. It, like a fucking live bull, crashes. Yeah.
Yeah, try and make the bull disappear, dickhead.
Yeah, we didn't get to that. So anyhow, Douglas Henning, David Copperfield, Canadian and American magicians nonpareil, and staples of network TV specials in the 70s and 80s and commercials. I yield the floor to you, my friend.
Okay, I have some thoughts. First of all, Henning doesn't do suits. Henning was always about the sparkly jumpsuity. I mean, the bro was a smoker.
I mean, he was the weird.
Here.
Like I said, he was kind of the Weird Al of magicianship, in a way, minus the glasses and the Hollywood print shirts. You know,
he had the that patented Canadian amiability.
Yeah,
he's very friendly. You know, he's a little bit of a hippy dippy dude. Definitely a smoker, potentially might have had shrooms too, but generally not judging, but
family friendly, non-threatening sort of guy. Although,
which is
in this day and age, someone dressed like him walking down the street might get some second looks. I don't know.
His whole vibe belied the fact that he was dabbling in the dark arts. Is very, this ability to make stuff levitate, it's really great in a commercial for a camera or something, but it's very dangerous forces that he was dabbling with. And there as I was perusing some other things today, there was an ad for something called the Carpet Wizard. I'm just telling you this now. I wasn't planning on telling you this until you brought up two magicians, but it was like this dude in a purple wizard suit, and this is the only way that you could make a room smell good is because the carpets smell terrible, and okay, so that was not really much of a thing. But here's what I was going to.
No, what the fuck is the dude in the purple suit going to do to the carpet to make it smell better?
Dump a bunch of chemicals and fragrances on it.
Okay. Were there animated sparkles or anything that came out after he carpet?
No, but to be fair, the struggle is real, dude. If you've ever had, okay, so when I was a kid, we had this car, and at one point, I think it was somebody in my family was given a ride to this person, and this person spilled milk in the car.
Oh,
it spilled milk, and it's like,
please tell me it was also summertime.
It was humid, so it was like that smell.
Ugh.
I mean, it was like one of those things where the smells, one day the smell is gone, and then if the humidity hit a certain level, the smell was back, and it was like there's nothing you can do. So
did you get the Carpet Wizard?
Well, that's the thing. That's kind of when I'm going to say, okay, maybe I'm going to dabble into the dark arts and bring, somebody in. but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about Clara Peller, Scott.
Okay, we
Now,
definitely should talk about Clara Peller, because this
Clara Peller.
is kind of like one of those, if you lived through the 80s, you definitely remember Clara Peller.
Okay, so we're talking mid '80s. This is Reagan era.
Yes.
Basically, what you need to know about Clara Peller was she had meme level celebrity, but it being a 3 channel world, her celebrity was definitely a cut above, something that you might see in a meme. She appeared in a Wendy's hamburger ad involving 3 older retirees going to a restaurant called Big Bun, and where the buns were rather large, but the patties were not big. And she utters this line, "Where's the beef?" And it became a catchphrase that was used, I believe, in a vice presidential debate. No, I think this was a Democratic, per just what I was digging around.
I believe it's the Democratic presidential
Primary.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Democratic primary.
Right.
And it was the former.
It was a punchline. I mean, there were T-shirts, there were pins, lapel type pins, posters. Clara Peller, they became like, in a series of Wendy's ads, and then went on to at least one movie, Moving Violations, sort of a B-grade police academy with everyone's famous brother in it. Interesting film. If you want to see it sometime, we'll go on another episode.
Word.
Oh, I can talk about Moving Violations for a long time. Anyhow, but yes, Clara Peller and Where's the Beef? And this is what's fascinating, because, I mean, it was, at the time, Wendy's was a very distant number 3 or number 4 in terms of fast food. So, Wendy's didn't really have much of an identity. So they said, "Hey, ad people, give us something new." And they came up with Where's the Beef? But the first iteration, as I found out, was a young couple. That didn't play well. Then they took 3 middle-aged business type guys. That also did not work well. And then time number 3, they get the old ladies. But not only do they get that old lady, they got one who was probably about 4 feet tall, may weigh 200 pounds, was a lifetime smoker, had this honking voice that was just like a goose almost. And it was, if it had been any other person than Clara Peller, who was a non-actor, this would never have reached it. And instead it was like, where's the beef?
So here's some of the sequels. You had referenced some of the sequels to the original.
Yes.
This is per Wikipedia, which, it's got to be true. Sequels featured a crotchety Peller yelling her famous line in various scenes, such as storming drive-through counters.
Yes, I remember that one. And the old ladies are in the back seat, like sliding across the back seat as she makes fast turns.
Another sequel, making telephone calls to a fast food executive attempting to relax on his yacht, the SS Big Bun.
Okay, I don't know if I recall that.
I vaguely remember this, but here's some interesting stuff. So she was originally a manicurist.
Yes.
Was discovered while she's born in Russia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but then she left early 20th century, and then moved to Chicago. And so she had appeared, like, she gets discovered because she was like in some ad, and then an ad agency's like, "Hey, can you do this?" And so she does an ad for, I think, the Massachusetts Lottery. So she's like the go-to brassy old lady.
Right.
It's like, So let's fast forward a bit. She's a big deal now. Again, this is Wikipedia. Per the terms of her Screen Actors Guild union contract, the actress was free to participate in any commercials for products, goods, or services, which did not directly compete with Wendy's hamburgers. She subsequently signed a contract with Campbell Soup to appear in an ad for Prego Pasta Plus spaghetti sauce.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
Okay,
I
you remember this?
totally
I've
remember
never seen
this. Okay, so,
Okay, so
I only remember a bit of it, but she's sitting in an armchair and she's like, "I found it. I finally found it." What did you find, Sam?
yes, I really found it. So apparently, this did not go over well with Wendy's. So it aired in '85. Wendy's management decided to terminate her contract,
Oh, that's
contending that the Prego commercial implies, quote, that Clara found the beef at somewhere other than Wendy's restaurant, unquote. In announcing the dismissal,
So in a way,
this,
Clara is sneaking around. She's not just getting the beef at Wendy's anymore. Oh hell no! This just turned into a blues song.
I mean, look, Queen's got to work, and that's, she's going to work, and that's fine.
She's a short-legged lady getting the beef.
So this is in announcing the dismissal, which I just love the fact that we're going to have a news conference. We have to stare down the media horde because we dispatched Clara Peller's.
It was
career.
the 80s, dude. Life was so much slower. We took shit seriously.
Oh man, it was a very So anyway, so she's passed. I know that will come as a huge shock. She died in '87. She was 85 years old. She died. She was living on the North Shore, close to family. So she was like a big one. The other, so here's other things I was going to tell you about, and we're going to include this in the thing. One of our listeners had referenced the Nestle Alpine White ad, which I will we'll just cue it for here. This is what the ad sounds like.
Sweet dreams you can't resist. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. A dream as sweet as this. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Creamy wine. Dreamy wine. Nestle makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Sweet dreams you can't resist.
Okay, so now you have heard it. I think what were your takeaways from this ad? Do you remember that ad?
I do not remember this ad. I don't really remember any Nestle's ad except Nestle's Crunch. But anything that is commercial grade white chocolate is not. Yeah.
So you remember chocolate is crunchiest when it crunches. You remember that one?
Oh yes. I mean that.
Okay.
But white chocolate. Ugh.
See, this was the thing. I wasn't really sure. So, the ads, I sang that jingle, and it's always, it's like some fucking kid, an old man is singing and everybody's just happy. They got their chocolate bar. And then you get Nestle's Alpine White, which it could very well be a perfume ad. The way that it's done, there's this woman with all this chiffon draped around her, and she's standing on a cliff, and there's this wind machine, and the music is Nestle makes the very best, Nestles. So that's the thing. That's my first question for you is, are they spelling out Nestle apostrophe S as in Nestle's Alpine White, or are they spelling out Nestle and saying yes?
No, I think it's the former, and this is actually a very old punchline that goes back at least to the 50s, and I think Jim Henson era Nestle's ad. Nestles, Nestle's make the very best. Except by the 80s, you kind of expect like a synth line, maybe.
Yeah, there's a synth line. It sounded like Krista Berg's Lady in Red. It sounded like Krista Berg singing it.
Oh, God.
And then there's the dude in the turtleneck who I assume is a love interest. And then the woman is skating, and then she's on a swing. And then, I reference it the whole, it's
fun things.
What? I don't know. I guess my question is, what? Look, we're selling candy here.
Man,
let's
you're selling a dream.
It-
You're selling a dream of a beautiful alpine land where you do fun things like swing and skate and have white chocolate, because that's what you do in alpine.
Is that what?
It's a dream.
Is that what?
And then you start driving a Saab. And then you dye your hair.
Really?
And then you get those very sheer glasses from the time. Yeah. And you move to somewhere.
Okay, so I guess my thing is, look, I'm not arguing with you here. I think they overthought this. I also think I guess an ad agency already had the budget for a perfume ad and had everybody on call, and then the client fell through, and they're like, well, shit, we could just do this with the Nestle white chocolate bar. Well, what about our concept? We were going to have the stupid fucking kids singing with an old man in a park about a candy bar like they did with. Nah, we're going to go with the perfume treatment on this. And just bear with me here. We got to get the wind machine. We've already paid for it all. I just don't understand. Here's my point. I don't understand, what is it about white chocolate that merits this? Well, we're going to go high concept European.
Because, well, okay, so first of all, it is Nestle. First of all, it is Nestle, right? So it is a French company. Okay. But also, like, I think probably back then, white chocolate was kind of considered luxurious because it was uncommon.
I think you're right.
And then, you have to just put on your ad hat of like, well, what does the color white imply? And well, you could say snow or winter or Europeans in flowy chiffon with synth lines, driving Saabs. Yeah, dude. There were a lot of weird candy bar ads at that time, but also it's like, this was what, 30, 60 seconds? I mean, by today's short attention span, where 15 seconds is considered long, if you have a 60-second commercial, it's like, wow, you can build a whole narrative around this.
Build a universe.
You can. In this case, an Alpine White in the universe.
She's like, she's dressed up like Stevie Nicks going to a formal event. It was just, got to have multiple things draped on me. So
That's you have like rhinestones and turquoise and fringe
and a lot of cocaine. So it's
the 80s.
It was the 80s. So the other thing I was going to talk to you about is, I think the lack of boundaries in ads back then. And so this one is that I referenced is about X-Lax. And it opens on this old lady. It's not old, but I mean, she's like, she's in her, she's 60s. She's probably a grandma. And so she's at a sewing machine doing something with I don't know, she's trying to make a quilt or something. And then it just opens on her, fade in. And this disembodied voice says, "Mrs. Clay, are you all right?" And she's like, well, yeah, sort of. No, so first of all, I'm wondering, why is this disembodied voice, if I'm working on my quilt and I hear a disembodied voice saying, "Are you all right?" I'm going to be, no. First of all, where the fuck are you? And so, okay, so already this thing has opened strong.
So the evil spirit that possessed the school in the Plymouth ad we discussed earlier has now come to Mrs. Clay's house.
It's just what the ghost with the camera shows up. So okay, so Mrs. Clay is definitely not doing all right. So then the next word that is like constipation. Okay, at that point, I think that's where I'm calling in the priest, because this ghost is asking me about, my is asking me about my butt. And I don't really appreciate that. So then she says, I wish I felt better about my laxative. And then the disembodied voice, of course, is like, well, hey, check his shit out. It got S-Plaque to take it before bed. And it's just like,
Mrs. Clay, are you all right?
Oh, fine. Sort of.
Constipation?
I wish I felt better about my laxative.
You'll feel good about the overnight wonder.
X-Lax?
Give me your hand. Meet the overnight wonder.
This little pill?
That little pill. Or original chocolated tablets. X-Lax gently restores your system's own natural rhythm.
So it is gentle.
You'll feel the difference in the morning. Unflavored pills or chocolated tablets, X-Lax is the overnight wonder.
okay, now look, I know X-Lax, they got to make their nut. I get it. Look, I fucking get it. It's your business. You got things to sell. I get it. It's a time where we're not exactly talking about a lot of things. There's a lot of denial. I think the whole era of trying to advertise feminine hygiene products in the 70s was completely weird.
Okay,
And
we're not even going to go down. We're not even going there.
I'm not even going there. I'm not
Because
even
then
going
we
there.
have to get into the Summer's Eve commercial.
I do not have I do not have standing here. So, but when we're talking about X-Lax,
But I remember, don't you remember the Philips Milk of Magnesia commercials that were always on as well? I mean, it's the same stuff, sort of. I don't know.
it was
Yeah. And they tried to soften it up by shortening to MOM and having Robert Guillaume Benson, it's like Philip's mom takes care of you. Oh, dude. And then there was another one, not to deviate. I don't know if this was
Robert
also
Guillaume?
X-Lax. Yes. And
TV's Benson.
Exactly. Philip's Milk of Magnesia. Mom. And then I just have to get this in. There was another X-Lax or other laxative ad. And all I remember was it opening up with a woman of middle age. Look at the camera. It's like, constipation is disaster. And that's the honest truth. I mean, hell, and you wonder why you kill the party, Shelley. You go to the office more cooler and everyone goes running.
It's like an earthquake in Haiti. It's a disaster. Earthquakes are a lot like constipation.
Really? I mean, just the other day, I was thinking about they had that wildfire out in California, and it was like constipation. It's a disaster.
Exactly.
And I don't feel good about my laxative either, which just makes it all the worse. And as a way, because I know we're pushing time, I have to bring this back as a way of concluding this, Jack. As we were talking about the Carpet Wizard, I wonder if he knew Becky and Wanda from Carpet and Tile Bargains.
We did talk about them.
Yeah, but did they know the Carpet Wizard? Did he know them?
I'm going to have to
Because they're all
spend
dressed
5
up.
minutes on Wikipedia to find out.
Because all dressed up like royalty and stuff. So surely,
Oh God, it's not a really good ad, honestly. It's just some
none of them are. That's why we're talking.
some old dude wearing a purple. It's like he bought it at Party City or something. And
Okay, maybe Becky's not going to get it on with the Carpet Wizard after all if he's too old.
man, well, I think we could probably do another episode of this, but I honestly think we could do another episode of it and then just come back to this topic every so often.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, as much as I want to dedicate episodes, there's just such a wealth of material here that we can come back to it.
Oh yeah. We haven't even gotten into Sears commercials yet.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have to do that then. I don't know. I guess I have no parting thoughts. Uh, how about you?
Keep those cards and letters coming.
Yeah, we have just been getting so much feedback on this, and it's just
We're gonna have to hire an intern, and we don't.
we're gonna have to. It's really, yeah, I really think this has really just gotten a bit too big too fast for us. So
We can do this, man. We got this.
we gotta do this. All right. Well, hey, have a lovely week, Scott.
Yes, you. Well, my friend.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you all for listening.
Thank you for listening. Cheers.